I'm Anubhav Ranjan and you're watching Ritam. Since assuming office for his second term, US President Donald Trump has intensified his hardline approach against radical Islam and adversary nations. As part of his maximum pressure policy, Trump has imposed sweeping sanctions on Iran's oil shipping network, a move that directly targets China's oil imports from Tehran. This strategic decision not only disrupts Iran's economy but also delivers a significant setback to China, effectively striking two major US rivals in one move. Iran's economy, already battered by previous US sanctions, is now facing even greater turmoil. Oil exports constitute nearly 60% of Iran's total revenue, and the latest restrictions will hinder its ability to export approximately 1.5 million barrels of oil per day. This will lead to a severe drop in income, exacerbating the nation's financial crisis. The Iranian rial has been in a free fall, significantly weakening under US pressure. By 2023, the currency had plummeted to 5 lakh riyals per US dollar. With these new sanctions, the rial is expected to depreciate further, triggering skyrocketing inflation and rising unemployment. If oil revenues continue to decline, Iran may be forced to cut funding for key sectors including its nuclear program, ballistic missile development, and financial support for militant groups in the region. China, one of the biggest consumers of Iranian oil, is also reeling from these sanctions. Beijing imported nearly 1 million barrels of oil per day from Iran, benefiting from its low prices. Now it must scramble to find alternative sources, which will likely be more expensive. This will drive up China's energy costs at a time when its economy is already slowing down. Rising oil prices could further strain its industrial production and international trade, potentially stalling economic growth. Moreover, the US has already imposed multiple economic sanctions on China. If Beijing defies these restrictions and continues importing Iranian oil, Washington could retaliate with even stricter measures. As a result, China may be forced to diversify its energy imports, turning to countries like Russia and Saudi Arabia. However, this shift would necessitate a costly overhaul of its logistics and supply chains, posing significant challenges to its energy strategy. The sanctions are poised to reshape the global energy landscape. As Iran's oil exports shrink, oil prices could see fluctuations affecting international markets. While some nations may suffer due to increased volatility, others stand to gain. Countries like India, Russia, and Gulf nations could seize the opportunity to expand their oil exports and fill the gap left by Iran's reduced supply. US Treasury Secretary Scott Bassett justifies the sanctions, stating that Iran's oil revenues are channeled into nuclear ambitions, missile programs, and the funding of terrorist organizations. A significant financial shortfall could force Tehran to scale back these initiatives, aligning with Washington's broader objective of curbing Iran's regional influence. Senior Republican Senator James Rich applauded the Trump administration's firm stance, citing the Stop Harboring Iranian Petroleum Ship 2024 policy. He emphasized that under the Biden administration, Iranian oil sanctions were not effectively enforced, which prompted legislative action to block Chinese purchases. Trump's latest move has set off a chain reaction with far-reaching consequences. Iran is bracing for deeper economic distress, while China faces mounting energy challenges. The US aims to weaken both adversaries, simultaneously limiting Iran's ability to fund its strategic programs and disrupting China's economic momentum. However, the sanctions could also heighten instability in global energy markets, creating uncertainty for multiple economies. As tensions escalate, the world watches closely to see how Iran and China respond to this escalating economic warfare.